my dad will do the worst fucking thing imaginable. He will go into the cinnamon buns and he will carve out the middle
You cannot
and
do
leave
that.
the rest. I'm like, you have to
That's
earn the middle.
illegal.
You have to earn the middle
That
of the
is so
cinnamon
true.
bun.
You can't do that.
It's fully cursed.
You cannot do that.
Truly bad behavior.
Yes, I've had the odd complaints, but on the whole, I've been a saint. To those poor unfortunate souls.
Hello there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I'm Caroline Ameti.
And I'm Connor Perkins. Welcome, returning listeners. It's great having you back here with us. And welcome to any new listeners. Thank you so much for hitting play. Please also remember to hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast. That way, all of our episodes download to your device and you don't miss out on anything. Also, I've noticed that there are a lot of people who are listening to previous episodes who aren't subscribed. It's about like half of you. So if you aren't subscribed, you should be subscribed because you keep coming back. I can see it. So do that now.
See you.
And then at the end of this episode, or right now even, we're all going to hit 5 stars and leave a written review wherever you're listening to the podcast. This is one of the best things you can do to help us get seen in search results, help us grow the podcast. It's this, and it's also sharing people. It's like sending a message to your best friend and being like, hey, listen to this podcast. It's sharing a story like our dear friend Aja of you on your commute to work listening to the podcast.
Yes, we love you. Thank you for that.
That's how you keep this thing going. So make sure that you leave your review and then send this episode to a friend. They're probably going to like it.
That's the only way I do things these days, for real, is when a friend tells me that something is good, whether it's TV, podcasts, like that's how it works.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody who has done that.
Yeah. And thank you for doing that right now, because we know you will.
And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for being here today. All right. So, Caroline, we are back at our wild card episode.
Woo.
Tell everybody what we're doing.
Yeah, well, we really needed to take a moment and celebrate the absolute smashing success of Inside Out 2. We didn't do a debrief on that really, so we wanted to pay tribute to that movie in some way. And it reminded us of a game that we have played on here previously. So if you listen to our episode, Why is a Raven Like a Writing Desk? We played this sort of character category game. And so we are going to play a version of that game starring the emotions from Inside Out. So what will happen is we will have a category, then we will pull one of the random Inside Out emotions, and we will compare that emotion to the category.
So, yeah, and then we will each submit what we think is the best representation for that category of that emotion. And then this is where the episode isn't really over by the time we finish, because we're going to put this as a poll in our Insta stories, and then you all are going to vote as to which one of us has the better answer, and then we'll total it up and we'll see who wins.
Yes, and you know we love
it'll
that.
Be me.
So please follow us at Poor Unfortunate Podcast on Instagram. That's where the voting is going to be happening. So this is your moment. This is serious.
Yeah. I made a fun little wheel of names for us to draw these names, and it's color-coded to
my God. Come on.
Yeah. No, it's a good time. So we've got 5 categories. The first one is beverage. The second is Disney song. The third is Bath and Body Works scent.
Because you know us. Who would we be if we didn't include that?
The fourth is Disney Resort. And then the fifth is house feature. So this is like like those fun superfluous house features that like a pool or a sunroom, that type of thing. All right, so let's start with beverage.
Okay.
And we'll do our first spin of the wheel to see which of the Inside Out emotions will be the first 5 characters that we come up with for this category.
All right.
First one is ennui.
Okay.
Ennui as a beverage.
I think that ennui is I think they call it pure or like plain or something, like a plain La Croix sparkling water.
Ah.
Because I don't know, I might associate it with my corporate job where it's like that's what I see everybody drinking, where it's like it was between that and water. It's just like it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just kind of trying to stay hydrated. And it has that, just like Ennui in the movie has this like slight like cool edgy factor, which I feel like is where the La Croix part of that comes in. Of like, yeah, I'm not just gonna drink water. I'm gonna drink like basically plain bubbly water out of this like fancy little can. It just, but it's literally, I think it's called pure or plain or something like that. So it's just like it's basically water, but it's like doing too much, and that feels like ennui to me.
Fair enough. I went with coconut water.
Nice.
Because it's like everyone's like drinking it out of that box and they're just like, look at, and I'm like, is it really that good? I don't know. But I'm like, it's where it's like, it's just sort of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like somebody who's trying to come off like they don't care. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ennui is like so cool, you're kind of over it.
Yeah.
And that's like a Vita Coco.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the next spin. It is sadness.
Oh. Oh, I've got mine.
Oh, I've got one too.
Okay, go ahead. What is sadness as a beverage?
Mine is a glass of wine with a crazy straw in it.
Mine is almost that, and you'll have to tell me if mine can still count.
Okay. Because it's just like it doesn't get any lower than that. And I have the visual proof. I'm thinking
Connor's talking about when we lived together. I came home from one of the worst actual days of my life.
Got into her bed fully clothed.
Which, if you know
me,
is
a no for Caroline.
These were my outside clothes.
With a glass of wine with a Mickey Mouse crazy straw. And I walked in and I was like,
and I had I had my makeup streaking down my face. Like I was horrible.
Like, things are happening right now. So that's sadness. A glass of wine with a crazy straw.
Mine is a very similar vibe. So tell me if I should change it. But mine was boxed wine. It's because it's sad either way, because it's like either this is all for me or it's like maybe this was supposed to be for other people and they didn't really show up.
No, you can absolutely keep that. Oh, that's sad. Wow.
You referenced me. I can't. If people are really nice and, share this episode with a friend and leave us a review, maybe I'll share that photo of me doing that because Connor took one. So
I absolutely have a picture of it. Next up, we have anger.
I think anger is this drink is like tequila water. And pause. Most people are going to be like, what do you mean? Isn't it like tequila soda? No, there are people in this world who want to save the calories or whatever and drink tequila water with a lime. So I visualize this in one of those short bar glasses. There's the little skinny red thing in it, the skinny red the straw. And this person is about to down this and punch a hole in the wall in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And that's all there is to that, honestly.
No, I get that. I'm going to go with a can of Twisted Tea because we all saw that video in the gas station where the guy took down the other guy with a can of Twisted Tea. And it's a can of Twisted Tea, man.
We love Twisted Tea.
We love Twisted Tea in this house. Absolutely. We went to a screening of The Shape of Water with our Twisted Teas.
The big boys. What are they called? Tall boys? Tall boys.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we did.
We did a friendship date to The Shape of Water with Twisted Teas.
Oh my God.
Only in New York, baby.
Oh my God.
And we wept.
New York forever.
All right. Embarrassment.
Ooh.
I've got mine.
I think I have mine as well. Okay, you go.
Okay. Chalky milk.
That's a very good one.
But spelled that way. CHOCKY milk.
Yes.
Because listen, we all love chocolate milk, but sometimes we don't want people to be like seeing that we're drinking
You're
chocolate
drinking
milk.
milk.
Well, that you're drinking milk and then that you're drinking like chocolate milk, which is literally just chocolate syrup stirred into cold milk. Like you're a child.
Oh, that's good.
I remember there would be times where I would come home from the gym and I would make myself some chocolate milk because they would be like, yeah, have some chocolate milk after the gym. It's like a really good thing to do. And my sisters would roast the shit out of me for being this like 20-something-year-old guy drinking a tall glass of chocolate milk after coming home from the gym. And honestly, like, I get it. It's fine. I get
that's
it.
funny. Yeah, there is something a little bit embarrassing about milk in general, I would say.
In general,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I feel like mine's in a little bit of a similar vein. I'm thinking, and I can't remember the name of it now, of course, but it's like store brand, like off brand Sunny D.
Oh.
Maybe this is pulling from my childhood, but it's like my mom was a big fan of buying like the store brand stuff, not the actual name brand. And so like
Oh
I
my
would have stuff
God.
like that all the time and I would be
Like
mortified.
Happy O's instead of Cheerios.
Yeah. Or like and me saying this is so embarrassing in and of itself because the fact that this affected me is pathetic, honestly. But every other kid would be walking around school with their Poland spring water and I would have like
Great value.
Nature's whatever, like, yeah, great value. And I would
Yeah.
be so embarrassed.
Oh, I mean, that would be our family. My mom always had these like white paper lunch bags
Oh.
that she must have gotten in bulk somewhere. And everyone had the brown paper lunch bags.
Yes,
There
yes.
would be me with my white paper lunch bag. And people would be like,
Yes.
what the fuck is that? Where'd you get that? I'm like, my mom got it for
Oh my
me.
God, being a kid is honestly hard. Like the fact that we worried about that stuff, I think about that. It makes me a little sad. I'm like, it's okay.
I started not worrying about it because then I was like, well, I always know where my lunch is because it's a white paper bag
That's
that nobody
right.
else has.
That's right.
And our last emotion for beverage is anxiety.
I feel like anxiety is an espresso martini.
I
I mean, we have the obvious.
I was about to say that one.
Yeah, though. I mean, again, maybe he's speaking from personal experience. Those make me an absolute hot mess. We have the caffeine, we have the alcohol, like it's just bad, and so it gives you plenty of things to be anxious about the next day. What are you thinking about?
I just keep thinking of Neha's party. The espresso martinis
Yes!
in that bar that was like
Me-
in the subway.
Yeah, me and Connor got really, really messed up on espresso martinis last summer.
We have a video of me just screaming, like keeled
Yeah.
over screaming.
So it definitely contributes to the next day anxiety of like, oh my God, what happened to me while I was drinking that?
And then you went to the Raising Cane's.
Yes, and I was
That
like, I
was
have to have
anxiety.
chicken. I have to have chicken. Yeah. Yes. But then there's also the factor of like they're because they're so like trendy and in right now. I feel like anxiety would have that because anxiety just wants to like fit in with everybody and not look like a fool. So like that's part of it. And then also the martinis in general, just like I feel like when you're out having a martini, you're just trying not to embarrass yourself because like you can't really walk around with a martini glass because the drink sloshes everywhere. Like the number of times I have spilled something in a martini glass on somebody and like just like worried about them hating me. I feel like all of those things combine into our girl anxiety.
That's good. See, I was gonna just say like espresso outright because
Right.
of just like the energy of it, but I don't want to say that. And then I was thinking prune juice because like
Oh,
that's gonna give you a lot of anxiety. Like, are you gonna make it
Am I
or
gonna
not?
poop?
But I think I'm gonna go with a Negroni spagliata with prosecco in it.
Stop
Because
it.
that is one that you would do.
Oh
I'm
my
thinking about
God.
anxiety and like how she wants to like be a part of the crowd and be a part of the crowd. Like everyone was doing that when the Emma Darcy, Olivia Cook meme of it had happened.
Yes.
But also like Negronis are not really like good. And a lot of people learned pretty quickly that they don't like it, but you have to like pretend like you did. So there's this sort of like
That's
anxious pressure to be
hilarious.
like, you order this drink because it's like, oh, it's the trendy thing. And then you get it and you'd be like, I actually don't want this, but I have
Oh,
to
yeah.
drink it and I have to pretend that I like it. And
Yes.
that's anxious to me.
Yes. Negronis kind of taste like gasoline. I'm one of the weird people who I genuinely like that taste, but that's what they taste like.
I mean, I like the smell of gasoline.
So maybe you should give it a try.
All right. So those are our 5 emotions, the beverages that we've got for them. Let's move on to our next category, which is Disney song. All right. So we're going to go make sure that we go through all of the emotions before we start repeating any. So right now, the only 4 that we have left are joy, envy, fear, and disgust. So let's see what goes first. All right. We've got fear for
Ooh.
Disney song.
Mm.
I've got mine. Actually, I have options. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness me. Like, I don't know whether or not to go with some of the, like, more lighthearted aspect of fear, the character in
That's what I was gonna
Inside
say. I'm like,
Out.
am I doing the character or the feeling of fear? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
I'm going to go the route. There are a couple ones that I think are, like, really, really good encapsulations of fear, the emotion. I'm going to try and channel a little bit of the character in this as well. So I'm going to go with Mother Knows Best from Tangled.
Mhm.
Because it's a little bit more playful, which fear, the character is a little bit more playful, but it's very much preying on fear and sort of like establishing all of these fears for Rapunzel in order to keep her in the tower, which is a motivation that already comes from Mother Gothel's fear. So I feel like there's a lot of fear in that song.
Oh, that's a good encapsulation. All right. I tried to go the same route as you have not just because, like, my original thought was be prepared from Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Straight up fear, like, of just like, to me, there's nothing scarier than like, get ready, but for what? Who knows? Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. And Jeremy Irons as a lion.
Yeah, all of it. But I'm gonna go with Grim Grinning Ghosts.
Ooh.
Because I feel like there's more of the fear of the character in that, where it's like there's jump scares and there's scary aspects of it, but there's that like slightly, I don't know, whimsical for lack of a better word, aspect of fear as a character in the movie that I feel like kind of hits in Grim Grinning Ghosts as well.
Yeah, my more like true on fear based songs that I was thinking of was like the Mob song from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
And Savages in Pocahontas.
Yes.
Because they're like coming from a place of like primal fear, but
yeah.
I want to encapsulate the character. All right. Next up, we have Disgust for Disney song.
I have mine.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah. Okay, my choice for this is Let Me Be Good to You. Because, and I don't think it's just a me thing, okay? What is more disgusting than watching a small rodent act like a can girl, for lack of a better phrase, okay? Disgusting. And seriously, if you put Disgust in that saloon, she would be so pissed. She would be like, ew. She would be so mad. She would be like me.
Oh my God.
And I guess points for me because we said every time we were able to bring up Let Me Be Good to You and the Hey Fellas Mouse points. So there you go. Another episode. And we have discussed the Hey Fellas Mouse.
Damn it. See, like, I don't want you to win that, but like, you could win that. I was gonna. Mine is the Ballad of Flemingrad from Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Oh, that's such a good choice. Wow, that's a great choice.
Because all of the descriptions are just like grody, and Disgust would hate them.
Oh wait, I love that answer.
Yeah.
Such a fun song too. We don't think about that song enough. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
What a great choice.
If you don't know that that's the one that Kristoff sings, where he talks about the fungus troll, which is a tradition for him and the trolls, where they like decorate this fungus troll with a bunch of weird shit. And
yes, and it's like his snot. I don't know, something about his snot. Yeah.
They shove stuff up his nose, and then they make phlegmy stew. And
I love that choice. I love it so much.
But I mean, Let Me Be Good to You. All right, let's see who's going next. Next up, we've got Joy.
There's a small chance we're going to be matching, so I have my backup answer in case.
Okay,
go ahead.
Mine's You're a Star.
Oh, that's not mine, but what a great choice.
Yeah, because that is just it's just such a joyful song, and like Joy is inspired by a star, and like for her drawing, and like that feels like Joy could very easily like join in and sing that song.
Oh, what a good choice. Oh God,
I'm surprised you didn't pick that one.
I
because
am
it's
too.
So you.
I am too. I'm obsessed with that song. Wow, it's so interesting. I haven't thought about Wish and that song recently, and that's a mistake. I'm gonna go with Nothing Can Stop Us Now from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh, bitch. That's a good
Because
one.
it really is just straight up so joyous, but also there's the factor of it that is very joy of like sometimes she needs to stop and like needs to like let it go and she just can't. And like there's like a manic kind of part of that song too that is very joy also. It's just
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not gonna stop. Nope, I'm gonna keep going.
That's very true.
I love
That's
that song
good.
too. Two of my favorite Disney songs ever.
Wait, what was your other one?
There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Envy.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. This got stuck in my head and I can't get rid of it now. I'm gonna go with Part of Your World.
Damn it, that was mine.
Oh crap!
Shit,
Sorry.
okay.
But I felt a little torn about it, just because when I mean, for the obvious reasons, but also like when I think of Envy from the film and she gets that really like wide-eyed look of really wanting something. Even though her
Yeah.
envy can take her to bad places, like when she makes that face, I really feel for her. And like that's what I feel like when I think of Ariel like reaching up and really just like wanting
Yeah.
that so badly. Yeah.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
It's kind of in a similar vein to Part of Your World because I want to have that more wide-eyed version of Envy where it's not like my eyes are green with envy, but something
Yeah.
of like, you have something that I want and I
Yeah.
want so desperately. And so I'm going to say Out There from
Ooh,
Hunchback of
yeah.
Notre Dame.
Oh my God, totally. Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's such an I want song and it's like a you all get to do this and you all get to do this and I want to be able to do that. I want to do that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I want a day with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What was your other one?
Mine from Pocahontas. Where
Oh,
Raglan's
fuck
just singing it.
yeah.
So that would be definitely a different angle of it, but like that's the other side of
Yeah.
envy.
All right. And our last one for Disney song is Sadness.
We're gonna have the same answer for this.
I
So
know.
I'll think of something else.
I'm going to say Baby Mine.
Damn it.
There is nothing sadder than Mama Jumbo rocking Baby Dumbo to sleep before she gets carted off as a mad elephant.
Stop. Stop.
Also, that song was like my lullaby when I was a
Oh my
baby.
God.
And oh my God, just thinking about the song.
Oh God.
It does shit. It does shit to me.
Yeah, I
It makes
know.
that song makes me cry. It
That's like
makes
a
me cry.
triggering song to me.
Yeah. I mean, we used it to trigger my tears for
acting school, baby.
For acting school. So.
All right, mine's a bit of an unusual choice. Baby Mine is the first thing that came to my head, of course. And I'm gonna forego some maybe more obvious choices for a song that really upsets me, which is "Best of Friends" from The Fox and the Hound.
I don't watch this movie. I don't watch
me
this
no,
movie because
one time,
One
time,
no.
the Instagram algorithm was rude enough to put the scene up in my feed, and I can't even explain to you how upset that I got.
Oh shit! I'm like thinking about that scene.
No,
and
I can't. So aside from the obvious reasons of like that film is so beyond sad and upsetting and heartbreaking, the lyrics of this are all very like, there's always the part of sadness where she's like, that's like wistful and is like, oh, if only we could blah blah, and like the lyrics are very like, where is it? Will that friendship last? I hope it never ends. That like I feel like sadness would say exactly like something good is happening and sadness is like, oh, but I'm thinking about it ending and being really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I can talk about that.
That's good. And I think that Baby Mine has a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
With the whole like, rest your head close to my heart, never depart, baby of mine, even though you're gonna be parting. Fuck. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm ready for that to be done.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to our next category.
All right. Our next category is Bath and Body Works scent.
God love us.
How could we not? Connor, spin the wheel.
All right, spinning the wheel. Anxiety.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. Oh, I've got it.
Oh, do you?
I've got one.
Anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with cucumber melon
Interesting.
because, again, maybe I'm using the same line of thinking that you used for the Negroni, but it's just like, hey, like I'm gonna pick this scent because it's like I can't really go wrong with this. Like everybody likes this, and like it's not too strong of a scent, and it's like the original, the popular like smell, and you know. Anytime that you take out a cucumber melon hand sanitizer, everybody says like, "Oh my god, I love that smell," and then everybody likes you.
Well, now that actually opened up a whole... Okay, because I love cucumber melon, so
Yeah, how can you
fuck
not?
off.
How can you not?
But, so I'm between a couple right now.
I really want to know what your original thought was.
My original thought was pumpkin pecan waffles.
It does make a lot of sense.
Because it's
That
like
does
they
make a
tried
lot.
so hard to just like make that happen and like force it upon us. And it was like, and I was like, this is this
And it's like
the
not
sheer
good.
amount of like one that it's an extremely overwhelming, sickly sweet smell that is just like completely like blinds you to everything else. But then also like the fact that they were pushing it on us so hard at the
Yeah.
expense of a lot of other scents last year. And they're like, here, you can have it in perfume and you can have it in body spray and in lotion and in shower gel and in hand soap and in a candle. And I'm like, holy fuck. It made me really, really anxious to like, it would make me anxious and like viscerally upset seeing pumpkin pecan waffles.
Well, and also being in a room with it is very anxiety inducing because it is so heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to go with mahogany teakwood high intensity because mahogany
really
teakwood
funny.
is a very, very strong scent. And then we've decided to somehow make it even
Yeah,
stronger. And
do
then
that
also
one.
be like, oh, we'll make it in your laundry detergent too. And I'm like, why do I need it so?
Yeah.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
It's so heavy handed. It's like it takes control of literally everything.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to go with mahogany teakwood high intensity. I mean, high intensity is in the name, so
Yeah, honestly.
what is our podcast? All right, anger.
I have one. It's kind of random, but it's fine.
I'm trying to make sure that I don't choose one that like is one that just makes me angry.
Right. Same.
Because otherwise, like you choose like girlfriend or something like that.
That's what I would get it in. Fuck, how did you remember that? I can't believe you just said that. I literally can't believe you just said that and know that. Oh my God. Okay, back to the drawing board.
Damn, sorry.
No, I wasn't sold on it. Girlfriend does make me so mad.
Okay, so anger always wears like a suit and tie and sort of like channels that like corporate.
Stop it. We use the same line of thinking.
Okay, so I'm going straight to the men's collection.
Yeah,
Because that's
okay.
also where you're going to get some more of the like spicier things.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time where I wore graphite.
I remember
and I just like didn't really like it. But it was like, because it was just like, it was very, very fresh and clean, but it was almost like sharp with how, like I love a fresh and clean scent, but it was like fresh and clean, but then there was almost like this little bit of pepper to it. And it just sort of like assaulted your nose and like, I don't know. It didn't make me feel really great. So graphite would be my answer here.
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer.
It's crisp and aggressive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I use the same line of thinking. I was thinking exactly about his suit and tie, his like shirt and tie as well. I'm going to go with leather and brandy. Coffee and whiskey felt too warm to me for anger. Leather and brandy. I actually really like the smell of leather, but anytime something has that smell to it, I don't associate it with relaxing and being mellow and happy. I associate a leather smell with like kind of like, I don't know why. This is some weird psychoanalysis thing. Like shit's about to go down. Like you better be prepared.
Sure.
I don't know. It doesn't anger also where like he has his little belt like. And like, you know, I don't think, and again, maybe go.
What's he going to do with it? Whip us?
You don't want to find out.
Belt us?
You don't want to know. And you also don't want to know what's going to happen when he has too much brandy. Same line of thinking as the tequila of just like brandy is gonna make
Damn.
somebody punch someone in the head. So
Damn.
yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got envy.
All right. I'm gonna go with Into the Night
Ooh.
for envy.
I oddly know exactly why you're going
It's such
this
a
route.
weird. We are so weird. She was definitely in the family of like Thousand Wishes, Gingham, Into the Night, like one of those. Again, drawing on like, I'm probably drawing from my teenage cousins who are like, what are like the things that like the teenage girls
Yes.
want from Bath and Body Works?
Yes.
It's
That's
those
where
smells.
I'm going.
It's those smells. And then I guess there's the added thing of like, it's funny to me because they like describe it as like, it smells like a night out on the town, but you're like in your house burning it and like thinking about like, it's just like the dichotomy of that is funny to me where it's like, you're just probably staying home on your couch. But this candle smells like going out on the town with your friends. And that feels very much like the place where envy kind of lives.
I feel like envy lives very much in a place of the thing that everybody has. So it would gravitate towards one of the most popular scents.
Yeah.
And one of the most popular scents ever is Japanese cherry blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone and their mother has this scent. And I don't even know if it's like the best one, but everyone has it and like has to have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but why? Like it even like it got my sister. Like everyone had Japanese cherry blossom. And they're like, this is my scent. And I'm like, okay, you and the rest of America.
That's so funny. That's a great choice.
It's very interesting. And that's also like, that's very middle school, high school. Everybody smells
what all the
Japanese cherry
want.
blossom.
Yeah. Yep.
From Bath and Body Works, at least. Otherwise, they were wearing like
Abercrombie and Fitch
or Victoria's
Hollister.
Secret.
Yeah.
Bombshell. Like yeah, Bombshell.
I still like Bombshell. I am not even gonna lie to you. I like a little Bombshell every once in a while. It smells good to me still.
All right. Embarrassment.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to go with French baguette.
Ooh.
Because it's always kind of embarrassing to go into a store like Bath and Body Works and like come out with something that smells like bread. But that scent like actually smells like bread. And so much so that I was like, I have to have this. And that scent did not stick around very long. And they haven't really ever done anything.
I know,
with
and
it
we
again.
loved it though. We really did.
Well, because the trick of it is you have to burn it with something else. And so I would burn Paris Cafe and French Baguette. And that place smelled like a fucking amazing bakery.
Fully operating like bakery cafe.
But there's just something about like, of all of the scents that embarrassment would walk into that store and come out with, of course it would be like French Baguette. You could have the most gorgeous, beautiful smelling things, and it's like, I chose this one that smells like bread. And that feels kind of embarrassment.
I love that. Oh, man. Okay, that's very funny. I'm going to go with Book Loft, leading more into like embarrassment always wants to hide. And so like, so it's kind of the opposite. It's like, how can you like escape that feeling almost is like hiding in a book, not talking to anybody, being in your little like book loft, like hidden away, like having your privacy. I also just think about like embarrassment with like the stacks of like books that he was using to hide sadness in the movie. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that hoodie that embarrassment wears would smell like Book Loft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, or flannel even.
Or flannel. Oh, flannel would have been a good choice too.
Flannel.
Yeah, flannel. Oh, flannel is very embarrassment as well. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right. And our last one is disgust. This one is interesting because I'm like, do I go with a disgusting smell? Or like, do I go with
what would disgust buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or one that like disgust would be disgusted by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I've got one.
All right. Well, it was about time that I said this one. I'm gonna go with Ghoul Friend. It's one that I personally find disgusting. It's just a terrible smell, and like I feel like disgust is also like very like when people like she's very disgusted by like when people like try too hard, like do too much, are uncool. I feel like Ghoul Friend is trying so hard to be cool and Halloweeny, and it just smells terrible. It doesn't smell Halloweeny at all. Usually, like not for nothing, like the wrapping around is not very cool either. And there's also something about the smell itself that, again, I just personally don't like. It's very berryish, and to me, this is more like the part that I can't explain exactly. I feel like disgust is like if she's gonna wear a smell, almost it's gonna be kind of fruit and berry, like kind of smell. She's gonna live in
Yeah,
that
kind of like
zone.
the yeah. Because
Yeah.
when you think of like the ascot sort of thing that she's got, like
The
the
pink,
the
right,
neckerchief
exactly.
and the I
Yeah.
mean, she's broccoli inspired, so like you want to go the opposite of broccoli, and the opposite of broccoli is kind of berry and
Yeah,
sweet.
there you go.
Okay, I can help justify it for you.
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
so
go with
much.
whatever bullshit that Stranger Things pineapple pizza
Oh, great
fucking scent
choice.
was, because that was absolutely goddamn disgusting. And I think disgust would be disgusted by it,
Mhm.
because like I just keep thinking of the imagery of the like broccoli on pizza
Right, right,
from like
right.
the first film. And I think she would be like, hold on, what is this? Absolutely not. Like, this is
She
disgusting.
would.
Also, the added element of like, it's trying to be cool because it's like, hey, it's Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things,
It's a
yes.
Netflix collab. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're using a Netflix collab to like try and sell us a
She
shit
hates that.
candle.
Yeah, she really hates the stuff that's trying to be cool and trendy. She hates it.
Yeah. Well, that happened.
Ridiculous.
Next up, we have Disney Resort. First up, we have Ennui.
Okay, I have mine.
I think I have mine too.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the swan and the dolphin.
Fuck, that's what I was gonna say. Fuck.
Because
Yeah, it's so
they're
true.
they're like, we're the Disney Resort, but like we're also like not owned by Disney, and like
Yeah.
we have like our private like things, but like also yeah, and also like we're super tall, and like our buildings are taller than the Magic Kingdom, and like you're gonna see them
Yeah.
from far away, but like also like you're gonna go stay in like the Polynesian, like cringe. Like that
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
like Swan and
absolutely.
Dolphin, where it's like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's so true. All right. Then I'm gonna go with my backup, which is
Sorry.
no, that's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go with the Fort Wilderness Campground. Because
Oh
it feels very like
yeah.
I don't need to like stay. I don't need to give the mouse more money. Like
Yes.
I don't need to do that. I can like have a perfectly good time like staying in my tent or my trailer. Like I don't need a themed hotel. I don't need amenities. Like I don't even care that I'm here anyway. So like what's the difference? Put me in a tent. Whatever.
Fair enough. That's
Uh,
great. All right, next up we have Joy.
I'm going to go with the Pixar Pier Hotel in Disneyland.
Ah, yeah, I almost went that route.
Yeah, because I think of Joe Gardner playing the piano in the lobby.
Yo,
That's joy.
I have a friend who is staying there right now with her family, and she was like, yeah, Joe did a set and I'm like, oh
Come
my God.
on.
And then the fire pits, and she's like, Connor, do you see these fire pits? Can you tell me who the characters are? I'm like, yes, that's Anger.
Yes,
That's
I
the
can.
volcano from Lava. That's Ember. And then that's Baby Jack Jack. I'm like, it's yes, no, I
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, go for
There's
it.
something to me too about the characters being very featured and like being able to see them that feels very like welcoming. Like you're surrounded at this hotel by all your friends, like all these characters that you loved so much. That feels very joy and friendship to me.
No, I totally get that. And also when I think of Joy, I also feel like, she kind of exists in excess. And what is more excessive than the Fantasy Springs Hotel?
Yes, my mind went there as well. Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely decadent, over the top, like we're in a magical fucking place. Everything is wonderful and perfect, and that feels so joy.
Yeah.
Like if any of the emotions was going to be the Fantasy Springs Hotel, it would have to be joy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have fear. Okay. I'm going to go with the Art of Animation Resort
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot and there's a lot of children and it's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
lot of potential for disaster. And I feel like Fear would be really excited by the prospect of it in the way that I was. And then the reality of it, the horror that is like that resort and what it has become, I feel like that feels very Fear for me.
Uh-huh. I'll go with something a little out of the box here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, and I'm going to say, and you're going to be like, what do you mean? I'm going to go with the Grand Floridian.
Oh, I
Because
kind
every
of get
time I'm
okay.
in there, I have this sense of like, number one, like I don't belong here. I'm going to break
Yes.
something.
Yes, don't touch anything.
Yeah, like don't touch anything or they're going to kick me out. And I also feel like if I was checking out of that hotel, I'd be like, oh my God, what did I buy here? Or what service did I use that I wasn't aware of? And now my bill is going to be at actual bajillion dollars.
That's fantastic.
So we'll go. I feel like there's no way that Fear could ever be comfortable at the Grand Floridian ever.
Yeah.
He would be so on edge.
Yeah. Like Fear. And you know what? I also like feel like that kind of fits the vibe of Fear, like the aesthetic of Fear, of the sort of like put together
Plaid
and
put together.
I think that this would be a really, really good place to be. And then gets there and just like falls the fuck
and you like
apart.
can't enjoy it. Like, yeah.
That's good. That's really good. All right. Next up we have Envy.
I have mine.
Okay. Is this one's like kind of a resort, but like not really. I'm gonna say the Cinderella Castle Suite. It's super duper exclusive.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do it because you're staying in the park.
Yeah.
And that's like the one where I feel like if Envy saw that like you could stay in Cinderella Castle, would make it her entire personality and mission to figure out how to stay in Cinderella Castle.
Oh, yeah, she would. Similarly, the Riviera came to mind right away because the Riviera is like the coolest girl in school right now is in terms of the resorts. It's just like has the most like chic like coffee and cafe and like you can drink wine at the bar and there's Topolino's Terrace and it's just so exclusive. But it's not like the interesting thing about it is it's not Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Contemporary. It's not one of the big three. So you think you're like, oh my God, maybe this is because I did this. I was like, oh my God, yeah, we should stay at the Riviera. And you can't. It is not affordable. It is not attainable. It is always booked up. Like you think you can have it and you're just so wrong because it's not full out opulent. It's just like beautiful and chic. And therefore you think you can have it, but you can't. You can't.
Oh, that's rough. And then last in this category, we have anger.
I'm going to go with a resort I have stayed at before. It's very lovely. I truly mean no disrespect.
Fuck, you're going to say the one that I was going to say.
No, I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm going to go with a resort that is on Disney property, but it's not a Disney resort.
Uh-huh.
It is the Wyndham Bonnet Creek. So it's within Disney property. And I'm choosing this because I feel like if Anger was a dad, he would like book this hotel because he would be like, cool. It's like it's on Disney property. There's a really nice pool, all that stuff. But we had a lot of really frustrating experiences when we stayed there trying to get to the parks. There is no Disney transportation. And I feel like Anger would assume that you would get all of the amenities of like a Disney resort, which is like the buses and our boat or whatever. And then he would find out that there was none of that and his head would explode. It's like it's like that feeling of like you're almost there that like really pisses you off and you're like, oh my God, if only I had read the details on the website, like we never would have stayed here. And that kind of like, I think about that. That makes me really, really mad.
I'm going to say Saratoga Springs.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Because that also feels like some like heavy dad energy and like I just need to blow off some steam and just like play around of golf and just whack some balls at shit and like not even think that I'm here on Disney property.
Oh, that's
and
good.
That feels like I feel like Anger would get so angry at the Disney of it all and then be like, I need to not fucking do any of this. And like
Yeah.
Saratoga Springs is like the resort where you can do that.
That's a great choice. Actually, the funny thing about that is my dad does not he doesn't make customer service complaints. Like he always keeps his cool. And he lost it at Saratoga Springs because I thought this is what you were going to say, because Saratoga Springs is so large. Getting around is a complete nightmare, honestly. And we like paid and booked like for a room or a building that was either near the bus stop or near the main building. I don't remember which one it was. And they didn't give it to us. And my dad blew his lid. He was so
Yeah, that too.
mad.
That's also
So
why.
yeah, there's something very pissed off dad energy at Saratoga Springs. That's a good answer. And for our final category, we have house feature. And so the way that Connor explained this at first to me was like a custom house feature, something you're going to add on to where you live.
Okay. And our first emotion is disgust. I'm going to go with a huge walk-in closet, kind of like the one in like Princess Diaries 2 that's like in excess, because I feel like disgust would never want to like either like wear the same outfit twice or be caught dead not looking her best, and she would need her space to do that. And so if disgust was like building a home, she would make sure that she had her closet with all
she
of her
would.
things.
Yeah, especially with her little fashion-y flair that she has.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with like people call this different things, like a screened in like mudroom, like right after the front door.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's somewhere where number one, it's like, if you let in a bug in the front door, the bug is going to get trapped in there and not come into the house. And also you can take off your disgusting shoes, like all of your outside, your coat.
We went
your
in
clothes.
completely different directions with this.
We did. Yeah, we did. Just like somewhere to keep the outside world and bugs and gross things like out of the pristine and beautiful house.
Yeah.
I guess that's called a mudroom, right?
Yeah, mudroom.
Yeah.
And like you sometimes will even have like a pet bath area.
Oh,
too.
yeah. And sometimes people really go off and they get like the custom wallpaper in there and they really make it a vibe too, which I feel like disgust would do. Like it's not going to look messy. It's going to look very cool and chic.
Yeah, I get that. Next up is fear.
I have.
I have a couple.
Oh God.
Go for it.
Fear is going to get like a bunker built in the backyard. like like somewhere that's like fully stocked with canned goods, like can guard against any kind of like natural disaster. Just like somewhere to go when it all like inevitably falls to shit, and like he's not going to tell anybody that he has it. It's going to be like hidden behind a tree or something, because he's not going to share it with anybody when everything goes down either. It's like him and his family only are going to just like run away and hide. What did I call it originally? What did I call it?
A bunker.
A bunker? What is there another word for it?
No, that's what it is. It's a bunker.
Yeah, just into the bunker. Yeah.
Like a fallout shelter.
Like a fallout. That's what I was trying to think of. A fallout shelter, basically. Fully stocked.
I'm going to go with like a centralized home security system. But one that also sort of has like a built-in like home assistant, like smart house, essentially.
Yeah.
Fear would want smart house, almost to the point where it's like there's no reason to even leave the house, because I have everything that I could possibly need here in the house. I can see what's going on all on my phone. I have my personal assistant. I have all of the like footage. I can see what people are coming up. Basically being able to turn the house into the bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Next up, we have joy.
Ooh.
Okay. So joy would be like a pool, but like a big elaborate, like one of those multi-million-dollar pools that has like a lazy river in it too, and like a water slide and like secret caverns and like all that shit. The kind of pool that I want. She basically would be like the water park.
It's a water park.
It's like a mini water park in your backyard. That's joy.
My God. Wait, I love what I picked.
That's what I want.
Right. I love what I picked to go with it then. So she's going to have a big custom pool house.
Oh.
So it's like somewhere where not only like somebody can come, like if a guest comes to stay, like they don't get a guest room. They get this whole like pool guest house to themselves. But it's also somewhere it's like, yeah, after she's used that huge lazy river pool complex, like everybody can go in there and like play board games, watch a movie. Like the big doors open up into the pool in the yard and like everybody can just like gather there. You could have a party. You could have like sit there and have like
Fuck,
cocktails.
I want that.
I know. Me too. Me too. I love that pool in a pool house. That's so cute.
Next up, we have embarrassment.
Okay. I think embarrassment is going to get these really like tall, elaborate like front gates with tons of shrubbery like as part of them as well, so that like nobody, like if he needs to go out and like pick up the trash can or to get the newspaper, nobody has to see him. Like he can completely move about, never see a neighbor in his life. Nobody can come, like nobody's gonna catch him like opening the front door like, you know, in his underwear or something, because they have to like buzz in at the front gate first, and he can like make himself presentable and like ready to see somebody. So just like gates and shrubbery and like an intercom system as part of the gate to let people in.
Well, I was going to go with a privacy fence, like a full like 7-foot tall privacy fence all the way around the property so that just nobody can see in whatsoever. Like one of those like Beverly Hills homes where it's like there you can't see shit.
Yeah. I low-key want that.
That and like a long driveway.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At first I was like, how do I say like a
driveway.
huge front yard so that like nobody could even see you?
Yeah.
I kind of want that. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, I'm working towards it. And then I'll put you in the pool house.
Thank you. Honestly, I would be so okay with that.
Let's split a mansion.
Great.
All right. And our last one is sadness.
Oh.
I'm going to say an extra large shower with a waterfall head and a bench in it that you can sit down in and just cry. Which also I kind of want
That's a great one. Oh, mine's so morbid. I'm so sorry.
Oh. A pet cemetery?
Yes.
Oh.
I was like, sadness is gonna have like full on like separate like area tombstones, like benches, like a full pet cemetery in the backyard.
The amount of times I've been able to guess what your shit
You really
was.
know me. Like it's kind of spooky.
Oh, mine's kind of morbid. A pet cemetery? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Lord above.
All right, those were our 5 main categories. To close this out, we're going to do what we did last time we played this sort of categories game, and we're going to do some rapid fire questions that relate to Connor and I as we behave when we are feeling these inside out emotions. So Connor's going to spin the wheel and we will give our rapid fire answers.
All right. So our first emotion is joy. So it's what is the thing that Connor or Caroline says when they feel joy?
I have it.
I have mine too for you. When Caroline experiences joy, she goes, "Damn, that was good." Like that's like one of the things you go, "Damn," but you always do this like thing right before.
Damn.
You get like a "Damn." That's good.
Okay, I'm thinking of a very specific
I know
thing
what
for
you're
Connor,
gonna
but
say.
well, my first thought was a yellow spoon straw. It's my lucky damn day.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
But that's too easy. Like that is one though. But like you also go like, you'll go like, ooh, Oh yeah, when you like something, you'll go like,
Oh shit. All right, let's do our next one.
Okay.
Our next emotion is disgust. Got this one for you.
Okay, wait, let me think. Okay. You will go when you're disgusted, you'll go, absolutely not.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Absolutely not.
Jesus Christ. Well, when you're feeling disgust, you'll go, Connor, it's giving the ick.
Yes, I
I'm thinking about one particular phone call that all
I
surrounded
know.
the ick.
But it was, and I feel bad about it to this day, but it was
It's
so
the
real. It was
funniest
so
thing.
real for me.
Oh my God. All right. Our next one is anxiety.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. I know things you'll do. I don't know things you'll say, but I know things you'll
Well,
do.
no, things you can do is
Oh,
also works.
okay.
Okay. This is something that Caroline does when she has anxiety. She'll go, oh God. Where she'll just sort of like try and like swallow the emotion down. She'll go, oh God. It just comes out like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I absolutely
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You will be very quiet and I'll see your legs start to move up and down.
Oh,
and
no.
then you'll say something to the effect of like, okay, I've been thinking about this too long. It's whatever. That's how I know that it's really gotten to you.
Oh.
Like you'll be like, I don't know, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you'll just do like a, huh, and then like look away. Either that or then you'll be like, I really can't talk about this right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I can't talk about this anymore. That too. Oh, fuck.
This is so funny.
This is very funny. It's like we're roasting each other. All right, next one is embarrassment.
Oh, I have yours.
All right, go for it.
You'll go, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh God. It's kind of funny because I feel like you sort of do the same thing where
I think I picked that up from you, actually.
Yeah, you kind of do the same thing, but then there's also sometimes you'll go, wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's 100% it.
Or you'll get really quiet and then you'll go, oh. And it's just like this little piece of you just like dies. And we just all watch it die. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, baby.
Well, we can just do them all.
Great.
All right, the next one is ennui.
Okay, I have yours.
I have yours too.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not something that you say, but it's something that you do.
Okay.
And it's when you pose for a picture on your Instagram where
Mhm.
you're smiling, but like you're not showing any teeth and you're just like, that's your ennui. Where you're and like
Yeah.
where you'll put your like hand up here and you'll have like one of those like sort of filters that have like sparkle shines on it and you'll be like, so beautiful, so perfect.
I'm peeing.
That's your ennui where it's like, oh, I'm
that's
cool.
good. That's so good. I think of it for you when like you don't really like give a shit about something. And you'll go like, that's fine. Or you'll go, sure. And you won't say anything else. Oh yeah, that's fine. Sure. Or you'll go, okay. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't give a shit about what I just said at all.
Wait, now I gotta think of what you say. Because I went in a different direction with your ennui.
Yeah, no, your direction's very funny.
See, you're very like blunt in that regard, where you'll just be like, no. Or but it's not
Yeah.
quite that. It's not
Yeah.
it's not that. It's You did it a lot at your wedding.
Did I actually? Wait, I'm peeing myself.
With some of the people where you'd be like, yeah, because you do it with a smile. Like that's the thing about your like ennui is like you're like you try and make it nice, but you don't. But you dismiss people. You're just like, oh great, and like you laugh.
You're totally right.
You'll do like totally a little dismissive laugh. You're like, yeah, and like that's the and like change the subject.
That's completely correct. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Envy.
You'll be like, I just saw. I can't. It's actually really sad because you really want that thing, and that's the emotion that for you I feel like you shut down, or you'll be like, well, I'm just gonna have to kill him. That's actually how it comes out for you. Like, well, I'm just gonna have to kill him. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. I mean, I feel like the thing that you say when you're envious is like, why do we not have this many followers?
Yeah,
I feel like that's...
Yeah. My envy, like, and disgust are very closely married together.
Yeah. Or either that or you'll get, like, very serious and be like, I have to have it. Like, you'll look at me and be like, I have to have it. Wait, is there something else that you do with envy?
I probably get pretty, like, when it's, like, real, I probably get kind of pathetic.
Yeah, well, yeah, you also do that where you'll be like, oh, no, it's just not happening for me. No. Yeah. But that's not envy.
True, that's sadness.
I mean, the other thing that comes up with envy is like I'll see the aftermath of your envy too, which will be like you'll come out and you'll be kind of like sad and you'll be like, I stayed up watching all these videos of different alphabas singing and I'll realize that I'm never gonna be alphaba.
Stop reading me for film.
And it's like there's like sadness to it, but there's like there's something underneath it. There's something very cutting where it's like, and I'll never be alphaba.
That's what it is. My envy, disgust, and sadness are a trio. They work together all the time.
Lord. Next up is anger.
Ooh. You'll get quieter.
Uh-huh.
And you'll be like, I'm trying to think for real anger. Like as an example, if you were mad at me, luckily I don't think you've never gotten mad at me like this, but if you were, you would be like, Caroline? Like I've heard you say people's names like that when you're addressing them and you're really mad at them. And you'd be like, I told you before. Like you're not anger like in the movie. Like you don't do the flames out the head. You get deathly still. That it's very like it's scary.
You kind of will do that too. You kind of can go a couple different ways with anger. Where like sometimes you'll go like you can go like, oh, I'm gonna be parent and be like, you're acting nuts right now. Like you don't even know what you're doing right now. Are you seriously trying to have this conversation with me right now? Like that sort of thing. Yeah. Either that or you'll go like completely like rapid fire, like just.
That's what my husband says. We're working on it.
Your eyes get real big and you'll be like, banana, like something like that.
Fuck. I wish people had a visual of you doing that.
Or you'd be like, then why are we even doing this? You'll do that too. What's the point? Shit. Connor, what is the point? Like you'll do that. When you're angry, not at me, but like venting to me, you'll go, Connor, I didn't even know what to do. Or something like that.
Yeah. When you're doing that, I hear myself and I hate it. I hate it so much.
And then you get the Italian pose hands. Going. Yeah, you do the crab hands. I do the
Italian crab hands.
All right. Things we do or say when we're afraid. See, you laugh off fear a lot. But then also, like, I think of, like, me talking about, like, you going on Tower of Terror, and then you just get very direct, and you go, I will not be going on Tower of Terror. I will not.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll try to get me on, but no. like that sort of thing.
I'm trying to think of when this happened, but you'll gasp. Like if you act, it's like if somebody jumps, like if it's that kind of fear, you think like something bad's about you'll
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
like you'll gasp. But then if it's like someone's like threatening you with something that you're afraid of, your like fear and embarrassment are almost related, because it's like, you know how I said when you're
Yes.
embarrassed, you'll go like, oh no. When you're scared, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
when I
it's
talk
because
about the things that you're really afraid of, you'll be like,
my
no,
embarrassment and my fear
no.
are linked because I don't like people to
Yeah.
bear witness to my fear.
Right. This
Yeah.
is fascinating.
Yeah.
Wait, this is very interesting. They are. Your reactions are very related, but you're like, no, when you're
Yeah.
scared. Yeah.
I'm trying to also think of like fear for you, like when there would be a cockroach and be like, oh God. And like, you'd be like, oh no.
Just leave. Yeah.
Or you'd be like, Quissy.
He'll enjoy that.
Sadness is our last one.
Oh, that's a terrible way to end.
I know.
Um,
I mean, you've sort of adopted it. You'll go, I'm sad.
I
You'll
name
go,
it.
I'm sad.
Oh, when you get sad, you still try to like, you're still trying to like take care of the other person who like feels for you. You're like, it's okay.
Why do we have to end on this one?
Oh shit! I don't know. I don't know. Fine, let's. I'll try to think of like more surface level when you're sad. Like you'll be like, "Fuck, fuck." Yeah,
Yeah.
for like a surface level thing. Yeah.
Yeah. This is wild. All
That
right.
was great. Very, very interesting.
Very,
We have different
interesting.
emotions that are very closely tied together in our little brains. Very interesting.
Yeah, we do. Alrighty, so that's the episode for you. That's our little category game that we did with all of our emotions, and then little, I guess, mini roast of one another.
Psychoanalysis, roast. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. That was fun. I hope you had fun.
Yes, and if you haven't seen Inside Out 2, it is now available on digital. It's such a wonderful film. Please, I highly recommend. Good. Yeah.
So good. Well, if you liked what you heard, please remember to hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast. That way, all of our episodes download to your device. You don't miss out on anything. That includes you, returning listeners. And then, everybody, this is the moment where we're going to hit 5 stars. Leave a written review wherever you're listening to the podcast. That way, we're seen in search results. Other people find the podcast. Your review could be the difference between someone passing us by or hitting play. And then also, just take that moment, hit the little share button, send this to a friend.
Please follow us on social media as well. We are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. And so we want to tell you guys something. We have a couple of things that we're trying to cook up behind the scenes in terms of maybe some like collabs with maybe a small shop or a brand. But the thing is, when we enter into those kind of collabs, we really want to be pulling our weight. Like we want to be providing as much exposure for that brand that we're working with as they're providing for us. We want it to be a really equal collaboration. And you know what? It is the way it is these days. You need a following on social media for that stuff. So every share of a reel, every comment that you leave, those of you, again, we'll say it again, who share us in your Instagram story, it goes so far. When you do that, we literally see that convert into new followers and new listeners. So any way that you want to do that, whatever social media platform you want to engage with us on, we will take it all, and we really, really appreciate it. It goes such a long way for us, and it's a free way for you to support us, keep the pod going, and hopefully fuel some future collabs that we would really love to work on. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you want even more Poor Unfortunate podcasts in your life, please join our private Facebook group, the Poor Unfortunate Fam. We have over 100 members in there. We discussed the episodes. We talked a lot about the D23 news from our previous full-length episode. And we just connect and get to know one another. Connor checks in with everybody to see how everybody's doing, speaking of like mental health and emotions every once in a while. And it's just such a great way for us to get to know those of you out there listening and to learn more about what you want us to cover on the podcast so that we can make this, your absolute favorite podcast because it's featuring all of the things that you love. So even if you're not a big Facebook person, please join us over there. I only go on Facebook to chat in the fam, and you can do that too.
And if you're looking for any merchandise, we do have stuff available in the Poor Unfortunate shop. Go to poorunfortunatepodcast.com/shop. We've got hats, water bottles, stickers. There's some really good quality
The
stickers that
stickers
are
are so
perfect for a
cute.
Stanley baby. And then,
Oh,
as I always say, it does take us a little bit of money to keep the podcast up and running and coming to you. We do have a PayPal account. It is linked in our episode description and in the website links in our social media accounts. Truly, anything that you have to spare goes a long way for us. It could be $1, $5, $10. It could be more than that. It could be a one-time donation, or it could be a monthly donation. It all just goes right back into the podcast, helping us keep it free and ad-free for the most part. And to all of our monthly donors, thank you so much.
thank you.
We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Alrighty, that's everything for this one. Until next time,
Beluga
Beluga
Savruga.
Savruga.